You get hired, great job, $174,000 a year, best health care in America, pension for life, and you miss 39% of your shifts. Not 4%, 39%. 4 out of 10 times the clock says show up, but you're somewhere else. How long before security walks you or me out? We get fired, they get reelected. Eric Swalwell, United States Congressman, California, missed 39% of his votes. We scored him on attendance. He got a 15 out of 100. 15. My kids get grounded for less than that on a math test, and he still has a job. And get this, he wants to be governor of California. I'm Michael Breslin, Marine Desert Storm veteran, and today we're pulling the time cards on Congress. Welcome to What If Unfiltered.
This is not noise. This is not outrage. This is conviction. We believe in faith. We believe in family. We believe in this country and the people who built it. Welcome to What If Unfiltered. This is more than a show. This is a movement.
We scored all 538 members of Congress on attendance using Voteview data from UCLA, official roll call records. This isn't opinion. This isn't a poll. This is their time card, punched by the United States government. And what we found should make every taxpayer in this country absolutely furious. 96 members, 18% of Congress miss more than 5% of all votes. 26 miss more than 10%, and 5 members miss more than 20%. The overall attendance average is 87%. Sounds decent, right? B+, honor roll? No. At Walmart, that gets you a write-up. At a hospital, that gets patients killed. And in the Marine Corps, that gets you an Article 15 of the UCMJ. But in Congress, 87% is average. It's what passes for normal. Let's name names. Amua Coleman Ragewagon, Republican, American Samoan, missed 70.6% of votes. Her score 15. She showed up for fewer than 3 out of 10 votes. That's not work ethic. That's a hobby. Eric Swalwell, Democrat, California, missed 39%. Score 15. But hey, he's on cable news every night, so at least someone is seeing him at work, just not Congress. Wesley Hunt, Republican, Texas, missed 33.7%, score 22. We're going to come back to him. Donald Norcross, Democrat, New Jersey, missed 26.3%. Greg Cesar, Democrat, Texas, missed 25.2%. Then there's the next tier, people who just dodged the worst list. Gregory Murphy, Republican, North Carolina, 19.2%. John Rutherford, Republican, 18%. Elise Stefanik, Republican, New York, 17.8%. And she was the number 4 House Republican, leadership. And she missed nearly 1 in 5 votes. Ruben Gallego, Democrat, Arizona, 17.1%. And guess what? He just got promoted to Senate. Are you serious? Josh Gottheimer, Democrat, New Jersey, 16.3%. Here's what kills me. These people aren't missing work because they're sick. They got the best American health plan in the country. We pay for it. They're missing because they have better things to do. Fundraising dinners, TV appearances, book deals. They've turned public service into a celebrity side gig, and they're doing it on our dime. A 39% absenteeism rate. At 39% absenteeism, Eric Swalwell isn't a congressman. He's a part-time contractor who forgot to update his LinkedIn. I need to step back from the data for a minute because this isn't just numbers for me. I served in Desert Storm. I watched Marines 18, 19 years old put their lives on the line for this country. Some of them don't come home, ever. They didn't die for a flag on a wall. They died so we could have a functioning government. Representatives who show up, debate, vote, and do the work. That's the deal. And Eric Swalwell can't be bothered to show up for 4 out of 10 votes. Now Wesley Hunt. I have to address this directly. Wesley Hunt's a veteran, Army combat pilot. He wore the uniform. He knows what accountability means. And he missed a third of the votes. Brother, I say this with respect for the brotherhood. You know better. What happened? Let me say it this way. There are gold star families in every congressional district. Mothers who got to knock on the door. Children who grew up without a parent. They gave everything for this, for a government that works. And these people treat voting on the laws that govern 330 million Americans like something you fit in between cable news hits. 177 members, about a third of Congress, had perfect or near perfect attendance. Good job. God bless them. They do the job. But 26 missed more than 10%, and 5 missed more than 20%, all while collecting full pay, full benefits, and a pension that Gold Star families would trade for in a heartbeat just to have their loved one back. That's why we built the scorecard. Every member of Congress, every governor scored on data, not ideology. Want your state's report card? Go to Patreon. Links in the description. Download it. Send it to your local paper. That's accountability in 2026. Okay. Let's say they get the message. They start showing up. Great. Minimum requirement met. Congratulations on doing the bare minimum for your job. But are they actually doing anything? Our voting and sponsorship pillar measures bipartisan voting and substantive legislation. The average across all of Congress, 66.6. It's the lowest average pillar we track. The actual core function of legislating, worse than anything else. No wonder every vote is 50-50. 142 members scored a 57. That's 26% of Congress clustered at mediocrity. Not failing, not passing, just existing. Here's where it gets fun. Adelita Grijalva, Democrat, Arizona. Her attendance, 100. Perfect, never misses. But voting and sponsorship score, 38. She shows up every single day and accomplishes nothing bipartisan. She's the employee who clocks in at 8:55, sits at her desk for 8 hours, and leaves at 5:01, having produced, you got it, absolutely nothing. But her timesheet is immaculate. Then there's a whole block, 19 Democratic senators who all score 41 on bipartisan voting. Schumer, Durbin, Klobuchar, Merkley, Markey, Booker, Coons, Van Hollen, Wyden, Cantel, Cortez Masto, Murphy, Welch, Schiff, Blunt Rochester, Bennett, Lujan, Whitehouse, and Ossoff. 19 senators, same party, same score. That's not a coincidence. It's a copy-paste. See, when 19 senators hit the exact same low number on bipartisan engagement, that's not 19 individual failures. That's a system that replaced governance with team sports. And here's the part that should make you want to throw something. Some of these senators have perfect attendance. Schumer, 100%. Klobuchar, 100. Merkley, 100. Markey, 100. They show up every single day and vote the party line every single time. Do you know what that means? You don't need a $174,000 senator for that. You just need a button. Program it to vote with leadership, run it from a laptop in the parking lot, $14.99 at Best Buy, same result, solved. That's not governance. That's a rubber stamp with a pension plan. Now, the worst category, the people who don't show up and don't participate when they do show up. The employee who's late half the time, and when they finally wander in, they spend the day on their phone. Twice as bad, half as useful, full pay. Swalwell, attendance 15. Voting sponsorship score 50. Misses 39% of votes. Mediocrity when he bothers. Total score a 66.4. He fails. Cesar, attendance 33. Voting sponsorship score 50. Misses 25%. Norcross, attendance 32. Voting sponsorship 54. Misses 26% of the time. Jerry Nadler, attendance 53. Voting sponsorship score 50. 83 years old, 32 years in Congress, misses 13% of the votes and rubber stamping the rest. 3 decades, and this is his closing act. And that takes us to Bernie Sanders, attendance 62, voting sponsorship score 47. The guy who ran for president twice on fighting for the working people misses 9.4% of votes and scores 47 on bipartisan engagement. Buddy, if you want to fight for the working people, you have to show up to work. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Michael, you're just naming Democrats. I am, and here's why. The data is naming them. The VS pillar measures bipartisan voting, and the Democrats in this Congress vote as a bloc more consistently than Republicans. That's not my opinion. That's UCLA's Voteview data. When the data calls Republicans, I call Republicans. When it calls Democrats, I call Democrats. Go watch the Pelosi episode. Go look at the governor's scorecards. We fail Republican governors too. Go see Ted Cruz's scorecard reveal. This show doesn't have a party. It has a country, has a spreadsheet. That's it. Every number I just read you comes from public records, Voteview, Congress.gov. In fact, we publish a 44-page methodology white paper explaining every pillar. It's on Patreon. If you think we got something wrong, download it and show us. We welcome it. That's how accountability works. Iron sharpens iron. All right. I want you to picture this. You work at a company, 538 employees. You have one job, review proposals, vote on decisions, and work with people you don't always agree with. Your coworker, Eric, misses 39% of his shifts. He's on TV instead. Your coworker, Donald, misses 26%, but when he shows up, he does exactly what his boss says. No independent thinking. Your coworker, Greg, misses 25%, but refuses to collaborate with any other department. In what company in America do these people still have a job? Well, there's exactly one workplace where this is tolerated. One, the United States Congress. And the only HR department that can fire them is we, the voter. We are the performance review Washington hopes they never see. We are the HR department, and the reviews are in our hands. Let me leave you with this. Somewhere in this country right now, a single mother is working a double shift. Not because she wants to, but because she has to. She doesn't get to miss 39% of her shifts. She doesn't get to call in because she has a book tour. She shows up every single day. Because if she doesn't, her kids don't eat. Somewhere right now, a 22-year-old Marine is standing post at 3 a.m. in a place most Americans can't find on a map. He doesn't get to skip formation. He doesn't get to vote present and go home. He's there because he swore an oath, and he takes it seriously. And somewhere right now, a veteran is sitting in a VA waiting room, waiting on health care that Congress voted to fund, or didn't vote on it at all because their representative was at a fundraiser. These people, the mother, the Marine, the veteran, they don't make $174,000 a year. They don't have a pension waiting for them. They don't have a staff of 20 and a seat on every cable news network, but they show up. So here's my question, and I need you to really sit with it. If they can show up, why can't Congress? Because I'll tell you why. Because nobody is holding them accountable. For 200 years, there was no report card, no performance review, no data that a regular citizen could look at and say, whoa, wait a minute, you missed how many votes? That changes today. We built the report card. We scored every single one of them. 8 pillars, real data, public sources, no party, no agenda, just the truth about who's doing the job and who's just collecting a check. And now it's in our hands. So here's what I need from you. Number 1, subscribe to this channel. Right now, hit the button. We're revealing a new scorecard every single week. Don't miss any of them. Pelosi was last time. This time we're talking about attendance, so we're going to reveal Eric Swalwell tomorrow on YouTube. Next week, it's Lindsey Graham's turn. You're going to want to be here for that one. Number 2, go to Patreon. The link is right below this video. And download your state's report card. See how your governor scored on fiscal management. See how your senator scores on financial integrity. See how your representative scores on actually doing the job. And then, and this is important part, decided they deserve to keep the job. Number 3, share this episode. Send it to the person in your life who says both sides are the same, or send it to the one who says there's nothing we can do about it. You could also send it to the one who says my representative is different. I don't care if you send it to your enemy just to piss them off. Just share it. And you know what? Maybe they are different. Great. The scorecard will prove it. Or maybe they're not. And the scorecard will prove that too. We're the HR department. The Constitution gave us the power of the pink slip, but that power only works if you have the information. And now we do. No more voting on false narratives on what my friend says or anything else. Vote with logic. 588 leaders. Every single one of them has a performance review sitting on your desk right now. The question isn't whether they're going to change. The question is whether we are. I'm Michael Breslin. This is What If Unfiltered. Stay unfiltered. And for God's sake, show up.
These conversations don't end when the episode does. They carry forward into how we think, how we speak, and how we engage the world around us. Here, we don't demand agreement. We ask for honesty. We don't chase outrage. We pursue clarity. Because better questions shape better conversations, and better conversations shape better outcomes for our families, our communities, and our country. If this episode sharpened your thinking, share it, continue the conversation, and let's get unfiltered. Until next time, this is What If Unfiltered, where conviction is rooted in faith, guided by tradition, and focused on the future.